I do not want anyone to be misinformed. I want everyone to have as much information as possible. Hey y'all, it's Jackie. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Over here we talk about faith, lifestyle, dentistry, and pretty much anything that I feel is relevant or beneficial to you guys. But yeah, welcome to today's video. This series itself is a long and awaited series because when I was a pre-dental student, I was honestly discouraged from just higher education because of people complaining about the loans, the costs, the application process, and I never wanted to see money as a hindrance. Even though money is a huge hindrance, I knew I did not want that to be the case for my journey. So one thing about the undergrad version of me is that I'm gonna find a way to get things for free. I'm gonna find a way to get a discount, to get something off. If that's a scholarship, if it's a grant, if it's a whatever. I was looking for things and I didn't want to be a part of the military. I didn't want to be part of the army or any of that. However, I knew I didn't want to graduate with the full debt. So when I stumbled upon and I discovered the NHSC program and what it stands for and what it does, I was like, I'm gonna apply for it. And I just applied for it and I got it. However, I didn't know a lot about it or what it truly meant to be an NHSC scholar. I just thought, oh, free money or, oh, debt free. Let me take it. And I do recommend the scholarship to people, but not to everyone. And for the people that I do recommend the scholarship to, this video is for you because I do not want anyone to be misinformed. I want everyone to have as much information as possible as they can before they sign the contract. This contract is binding. So yeah, this is going to be a 3-part series. And in the first episode, which is this episode, we're going to talk about what the NHSC scholarship is and why it exists. Episode 2 is going to be who should apply and how to be a strong candidate. And episode 3 is going to be my experience and what I wish I knew before I applied and even signed my contract. And disclaimer or spoiler alert, I low-key regret signing the contract and doing the program, and I'll explain that in that video. But this video again is just going to be the foundation, the background on the program, and just a little bit more information about it because this is also a program that I noticed isn't really talked about in spaces and a lot of people don't know about it. But this video is to eliminate that barrier and to just promote awareness and provide information. So if you see me look down on my laptop, I'm literally looking on their website because I have so much other things that I have to memorize. I'm not about to memorize their website. Of course, I'm gonna put all the links to everything in the description box, the link to the application, and also when the application is going to be open, I'll update that. It normally opens around April, opened around April last year. I will try to do my best to get the series pushed out before April so you guys have enough time to be educated on the decision and to see who you want to apply and how to best apply. NHSC is the National Health Service Corps Scholarship Program that awards scholarships to students pursuing an eligible training or degree program for a primary care health profession. In return, scholars commit to providing primary care health services in health professional shortage areas. So yeah, they pay for your school and in turn you serve for them. How long do you have to serve? The minimum service year is 2 years up to 4 years. And it says you must serve at an NHSC approved site in an HPSA, so you must serve at a site in a health professional shortage area. The total number of years you serve depends on the number of school years of NHSC scholarship support that you receive. The funding cannot exceed 4 school years. So if they support you for 2 years, you serve for 2 years. If they support you for 3 years, you serve for 3 years. If they support you for 4 years, you serve for 4 years. If they support you for 1 year, you still serve for 2 years because the minimum is 2 years. So the benefits of becoming an NHSC scholar is service. You join a network of thousands of current and former NHSC clinicians, and you get to provide primary healthcare services to communities in need. And another benefit is payment of educational expenses. So they pay for full-time enrollment in an eligible degree program or training. They support up to 4 years with payment of tuition and eligible fees, as well as an annual payment of other reasonable educational costs, of ORC. And that other reasonable educational cost is like maybe money you need for equipment, supplies, laptops. For dental school, your dental school kit, we have like dental school is so freaking expensive because of the materials. So like stuff like that are required for your enrollment at the university or whatever program or school you're in. And the support also includes a monthly stipend to assist with living expenses while you are in school. Now, when I first received the scholarship in, I don't remember like what year, 2 years ago, my stipend was like, I think it was like about $2,000. Let me double check. I'm gonna put it up here. I don't remember. It was anywhere between like 1,000 to like, I know it was like 2,500 So I'll put that up there, and depending on what state you're in, that may or may not be enough for you. Because I knew some people who were in DC, New York, the cost of living there is expensive. So your stipend doesn't depend on where you live. Everyone gets the same amount on their stipend. So it's like if you live in an expensive city, like you're not getting any more money, any extra money. So sometimes people, like, their stipend did not cover their total cost of living. Some people still had to take out extra loans, or some people I knew had to work. So I will talk about that later in like my experience, but they do give you monthly stipend, and that's at a fixed rate. And it also says that you will not receive financial support during postgraduate training. So if you're in residency and you're still in compliance with the program, they're not going to support you throughout your residency, because I think some residencies are paid, so maybe because of that. So briefly, the NHSCS, a government funded program that provides full tuition, living stipends, and other financial support to healthcare students. In exchange, you commit to working in medically underserved areas after graduation. And the goal is to increase access to healthcare in places that need it the most. Honestly, despite the problems I threw throughout the program, I think this is a great program, because this program exists in order to increase the access to healthcare. Many communities lack healthcare providers due to location, financial barriers. There's also been a lot of provider shortages. Everyone wants to move into the inner cities to get the big money, to do the aesthetic cases, and the more poor, for lack of better words, communities, they're being underserved because our doctors want to be on TikTok doing day in the life. Get ready with me. That was a joke. So I definitely see the value in NHSC as a organization, how they are like trying and they're working. I see their power in reducing the gap through the scholarship to serving by training students who are committed to serving in these populations that are often overlooked. So yeah, it's ideal for doctors, nurses, and mental health professionals who are mission driven. The requirements for the NHSC program have to be in an accredited healthcare program, so that's like medical, dental, nursing, and you need to have a passion for underserved communities. You have to be willing to commit to working in an NHSC approved site after graduation. So on their website, to be eligible for the scholarship, you have to be a US citizen, so US born or nationalized, and you need to be enrolled as a full-time student, and you have to be attending or accepted to attend an accredited school or program in one of the 50 states. The eligible disciplines are physician, dentist, nurse practitioner in adult medicine, family medicine, geriatrics, primary care, pediatrics, psychiatric, mental health, women's health, a nurse midwife, and physician assistant. Those are all the eligible disciplines that I put there. You also have to be eligible for federal employment, and you also should not have any existing service obligations. So you can't be like receiving any like support from any other organization. It says you are not eligible for a scholarship if you have an existing obligation to a federal, state, or other entity for professional practice or service after academic training. It says you may become eligible if the entity to which you owe the obligation provides a written statement satisfactory to the Secretary of Health and Human Services showing no potential conflict in fulfilling the NHSC scholarship obligation and the entity's obligation. So like they have to show that you could do both programs at the same time without interfering with each other. And then it says you will serve the NHSC scholarship obligation first. And it also says that reservists, I'm sorry if I just butchered that word, but it says that military, if you're in the military reserve, that you are eligible to participate. So this includes all the armed forces, including the National Guard. However, your military training or service will not satisfy the NHSC SP service commitment. And it says, how do you determine if I'm ineligible? It says you are not eligible if you are studying a non-primary care specialty or if you are in the pre-professional phase of your health professions education. So if you want to be a heart surgeon or a cardiothoracic surgeon or a dermatologist or something aesthetic, or if you want to be an orthodontist or a periodontist, or if you something that's not primary care, you're not eligible. And if you're in college, you're not eligible. So if you don't want that heavy burden of loans on your neck and you do have a passion for serving the underserved, maybe this scholarship is for you. And if that's so, I encourage you to keep watching this series, because in the next video I'll be breaking down how to apply and how to make yourself stand out and be a strong candidate. So subscribe so you can get notified when I do drop that video. Let me know if you have any comment or any questions that you would like me to answer on the program, my experience, or just dental school in general. I hope this video is informative. But until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.